Welcome back to your good buddy Mr. T. Tea Time with Mr. T. I am Mr. T, and it is tea time. Let me get this set up here. So where's my moving on? There we go. Today we will be reviewing Yunnan Sourcing's fancy grade tieguanyin. Get my teaware heated up here, and I'll give you a smell of the leaves. Can't really smell them in the chahai, or whatever this is called. A little bit of floral, kind of like dandelions maybe. No roast notes, which tells me this is not really a traditional tieguanyin, since tieguanyin usually has some roasting to it. In the guy one, using 4.8 grams for 80 milliliters. Essentially 80 milliliters, I should say. Let's get the water heated back up using 210 degree water. I can't get this thing to go up to boiling all the way, so I just use that. Definitely some floral notes like dandelion and what was that one I just said? Dandelions, yeah. Also a buttery note. Sweet though. It smells sweet. Not like candy sugar sweet, but sweet. Get some hot water in here. There's a little bit of floral on the lid, but I'm getting some rice notes along with butter. If you've ever had breakfast rice, where you take rice, butter, sugar, and milk, it's like that. Some kind of fruit here that I'm trying to put my finger, I can't quite put my finger on. It smells so familiar, I just can't quite think of the name. Let's get to the wet leaves. Oh yeah, oh, there's a little bit, maybe just a tiny hint of a fried note. Baked note, I mean. Definitely getting the butter. Florals. Cream. Yeah, there's probably some frying to this. I couldn't tell in the wet and in the dry leaves, but I'm smelling some fried notes here, like maybe chicken, fried chicken. That's not necessarily the taste of fried chicken, but that smell. If there is any baking here, it's very low. Floral isn't really present in the nose on that. Look at the rinse here. Nice green color. I don't know if you can tell from there. It's a nice green yellow color. Might try some of the rinse. Since this stuff isn't fermented, it's probably not going to kill me to try the rinse. Gonna get this water heated up again while I try this sample, this wash here. Vegetable, like vegetables almost. Floral is just slightly there, but I expect that to change. Let's hit this with some near boiling water. "25 seconds for the first one. If you have this tea or a tieguanyin, please feel free to drink with me. I would highly enjoy it. We're all connected through tea, regardless of how far we are away from each other. First steeping. Got some little tiny bits of leaves in it. Yeah, get a little bit of brown sugar. Yeah, that buttery note's there, and it's a little bit more fried scent, but it's not like a Da Hong Pao or anything like that. Just a second here. Forgot to use this again. First steeping. I'm getting a little bit of that sweet rice note off of the liquor. I love breakfast rice, by the way. It was a very popular thing growing up, at least among my family. Color is a little bit darker golden, but still kind of green. Let's give this a taste, shall we? Slight bitterness on the front end. Savory texture. The floral taste really kind of sticks with you. I expect that to dim down over the next couple of steeps. It's like a punch, it's like a slap to the face kind of floral. It's very strong. Got a long finish on it. Mango. Mango on the after flavor. Hmm. Oh yeah, rice. You'll be happy to know that I'm drinking out of my Yunnan sourcing cup. Let's talk about the texture a little bit. It's got this thickness to it, like it's thick, like a juice, maybe like how apple juice can taste thick, or coffee with creamer can taste thick, or maybe even a bag tea can taste thick and feel thick. That's kind of what I'm getting from this first steep. The rest is just little tiny little bits of leaves in there, so get this water heated back up. It's a long finish. Feel it in the back of your throat. The bitterness or medicinal edge is a little bit strong for my taste. I would probably use less, but I'm following directions, so. The leaves, there's a couple of dark spots on them, but I suspect that's from the rolling process. Other than that, they all look like a fairly uniform green color. There's some that are lighter green, and there's some that are darker green. Yeah. Maybe slightly baked. Maybe. Second steep. "30 seconds this time. Do a little bit of the back pour. Rice. Sticky sweet rice. Some fried notes. Yep. Some floral notes there. This liquor is still a little green. Seems to be like a highlighter green almost, but not. It seems like I have it's gold with the highlighter green kind of color to it. Oh yeah. Sweet rice for sure. Pour it in the cup. You can definitely get the green hints of the liquor to it. A lot of sourness that I find in a lot of greener teas and green oolongs. Floral notes are there, but they're not quite as strong as they were in the first steep. They've dialed back considerably. Yeah, mango. Definitely mango. That's the fruit note I was detecting. Mango with flowers, slight hint of flowers, and some green sourness that you get with a lot of green oolongs. Kind of drying. So there's a little astringency here. I may be overbrewing it. The drying lasts a little bit with it. Maybe I should use less. Who knows? Turn this off. That buttery note that's in the smell, I think it contributes to a savoriness this has. But I'm not really getting that creamy butter and flavor, at least not very strong. If it's there, it's right at the end. It gives it a little bit of savoriness. Let's heat the water back up. I really need to keep it on the There we go, that's better. Sorry about the white light up there. It just makes it a little bit easier to see. As you can probably see, the leaves are pretty much all a consistent grain. "35 seconds for this one. 210-degree water as usual. Trying to set the aperture. I know you can do it with your hands, but sometimes it's a little bit more difficult for me. You can do it when it's picking up. But third steep. I'm not sure if boiling is a good temperature for green oolongs, but it seems like I remember people saying to use boiling on it. Maybe that's why I'm having that medicinal note. You never know with these things. Vanilla, like take rice, the breakfast rice, and add vanilla to it. Just a slight hint. Let's see here. Still green. Still got that greenish color to it. It looks like there might be some hairs in there, but I doubt that. Just a vanilla softness. Maybe something more like Tonkin bean. For those of you that use snuff out there, you'll understand Tonkin bean was used heavily in Toke's Spanish Gin and Samuel Galvis Elmo's Reserve. I think I have videos of those on my other channel. I haven't sniffed the empty gong dao bay yet. I'll have to do that after this one. Steep number 3. It's a little bit of foam on it. Not sure if that's good or not for a green oolong. Floweriness is here, but it's softened considerably. So is the bitterness. So is that like medicinal edge. I don't want to call it bitterness, but it's like a medicinal edge almost, like kind of like a very light medicinal bitterness. The mango in the aftertaste has transformed to peach, like the peach candies, the peach rings, like that. Still a little hint of mango there with the flower, but it's not quite as strong. Now it's peachy. Dandelions. Violets and lavender. Dryness is still pretty strong towards the back of the throat. Smell the empty gong dao bay. I'm not really getting much smell out of it, surprisingly. Under 10-degree water. Vegetables. 40 seconds this time. Color of the liquor against the guy one is yellow-green. Very, very, very greenish. If I remember correctly, that's a sign of freshness. At least when it comes to pour, it's a sign of freshness. Fourth infusion. Soapiness, like soap, like a floral soap. That fried note is still there. Caramelized sugar. A lot of caramelized sugar. These look to be pretty whole. I mean, this isn't top grade tieguanyin. Let's see here. Still very green. Yellowish green. Now the sweetness is coming through on the tongue. On the tip of the tongue. Floral is still there, but it's very light now. It's almost undetectable. Still tastes green. Not getting those rice notes that I got earlier. Finish lasts a while. Mango, peach rings, very definitely. The chi on this, the cha chi, the energy, very calming. Calming, energizing, but in a calm way. It's very relaxing. Quite strong for an oolong, quite potent. At least in my experience. Then again, the first time I got tea drunk was from the green oolong too. From tieguanyin too. Back when I first started. Warming, kind of. Rice note is there in the middle. It's kind of, it's all jumbled, the flavors. They're all kind of jumbled. The flavors are all kind of, florals there, rice notes are in the middle. It's got a dryness to it, some minerality. Those medicinal edges aren't quite as strong. I would suggest not drinking this on an empty stomach. Just being completely honest here. You might get nauseated, because I had a little bit of tea, and I'm still getting a little nauseated, so. This is quite the powerful tea. Dandelions. Excuse me. $2.10 for 45 seconds. A little bit more. Shape number 5, 45 seconds. Again, not much on them tieguanyin. And I've tried again when it's warmer. The tieguanyin, I mean. What is your favorite oolong? Do you have a favorite type? Do you like green oolongs, heavily roasted, oxidized oolongs, or some that are in the middle? I personally like green oolongs more than heavily oxidized ones. Do you like light roasted green ones or heavy roasted green ones? Light or heavy roasted, oxidized, or somewhere in the middle? Please leave your comments below and recommendations. If you have any teas you want me to recommend, just text me, just put it in the comments and I'll get back to you eventually. I always try to answer all of my subscribers. All 7 of them. Kind of imitation vanilla. Caramelized sugar. Maybe just a tiniest hint of a spice like cinnamon. Nutmeg. Basically breakfast rice. If you ever had it, you take. If not, you boil your rice. You add butter to it. You add sugar to it. You add cinnamon to it, or nutmeg, cinnamon, whatever spices you want. And then you take. When it's done, you can either eat it that way, or you add milk to it. Basically, you can either eat it straight the way it came out, or you can add milk to it. It's better with milk to it, added to it. Yeah. Surprised it's not as floral as what I was expecting. I've had this tea a couple times, but it still surprises me for a tieguanyin that it's not as floral as I expected. Still kind of soapy, but in a good way. Still pretty green, but the goldenness is starting to come a little bit stronger. That medicinal note is gone. You can definitely get the minerality though. For me, minerality is like either licking a rock or getting a salty feeling in the back of the throat. Kind of feels like saltiness would taste, if that makes any sense. Probably doesn't. Some sweetness develops in the aftertaste a little bit. Definitely getting those peach rings though. Vanilla. Yep. Slight floral. Very light floral. Slight vanilla and spice. Just very light though. Not particularly strong. Still pretty drying. Not quite as bad as the beginning, but the medicinal edge is right on the edge of this before the peach flavor comes out. This medicinal edge makes me kind of wonder if they might have used pesticides on it. Two more steeps. I think this will make it that long. I mean, I got 7 out of it, but I probably get 7. I probably get 7 out of it, but your mileage may vary. You might drink it until 5, 10, 15 steeps, 20 steeps. Some of you might drink it 4 steeps. All depends on personal preference. Personal preference. Here. For the water to warm up. Still 210. Since that's as high as I can seem to get this pot to go. You can see how well the leaves have expanded, I think. See? Even on the video you can see it over there to see how well the leaves have expanded. Number 6 will be this is number 6, so sorry if it sounds like I slur my S's. I can't control that. I think it's just a speech impediment or caused by my medicines. Doing the best I can. Growing in my beard for winter. Probably can't see it because of the light, but I'm growing it in. See how I look with the beard. Now, it's been a while since I've had a full beard. Spicy. Meaty, almost. Like not like meaty in a meat sense, but meaty in a sense of savoriness, like brothy meat. Meat broth, sorry. A little hint of vanilla. The green is still there, but the color is light, starting to lighten. Florals are very, very faint now. What I'm getting now is mainly that fresh grass, fresh hay, kind of greenness taste to it. Not as astringent as it was in the beginning. Still very slightly floral. But just barely. Last steeping. So it'll be 207. See what that does. "55 seconds. Just the greenness now. Very slight floral on the ending note. Eggy almost, kind of eggy, like eggs. Savory, definitely savory. I know that means there's some kind of compound or chemical in it that makes it savory, but I can't remember exactly what it is. I think it's theanines or catechins or something like that. Alrighty then. He's making me hungry. You can see how the leaves have expanded all the way to the top. Wonder if the ones at the bottom have expanded too. This might not be the best shape for. Still green. The color is lightened though. Wonder if this. Excuse me again. Sky one might not be the best shape for oolong. Greenness, still mainly greenness, that's what I'm getting at this steep. Floral is pretty much gone. Much more savory now. Much more minerally now. I think they call the earth flavor the D way. I think that that has a part to this. I'm not very confident in that saying that though. Floral, see, it's weird. Floral on the front, just a tiny hint, like a ghost of floral on the front. Then in the middle, it's a savory green flavor, like grass and fresh hay. And then on the back, there's another tiny pop of floral. And then you get the peach rings. Turn my teapot off. Tasting more minerals. Very brothy. soft, mineral brothiness. Sweet. And right there at the end, the sweet rice notes came through. Let me give you my final thoughts. What would I put this tea on a scale from 1 to 10? 6.5. Simply because of the slight medicinal edge. I didn't really care for that. That would, if that wasn't there, this would probably go 7.5. Would I recommend buying it? Yeah, sure. If you like tieguanyin, try it. It's another one to experience and see if you like it. I think this would be good. This tea would be good in autumn, summer. No, not really. Maybe not so much summer, but autumn and winter to remind you of the spring. Be good on a cold day. Maybe even good on a spring day when you can smell the flowers coming in through your windows, and you can taste the flowers in this. Again, 6.5 out of 10. Would I buy it? Yes. Would I buy it? Would I personally buy it again? Probably not. I think I would go with the higher quality tieguanyins they have on there. But that's all I've got to say. May you find peace, happiness, contentment, joy in tea and gong fu cha. Namaste.